Welcome again to the lecture series The Ascended Masters Answer the Fundamental Questions of Life. This lesson is entitled Lesson 15, Part 3. Conducting the Meeting. Ceremonial worship is the balance of the harmonious blend of the energies of the participants. It creates new causes for good and dissolves those of a discordant nature. In a dictation, Jesus tells us, when a group of students gather together for a meeting, a great master presence or deva stands within the atmosphere. As the decrees, fiats and songs go forth in a fairly rapid but balanced tempo, the rate of vibration of the atoms making up your physical and other inner bodies increases back. Making up your physical and inner bodies increases, and there is thrown off much misqualified substance, which is instantly transmuted by the Great One in charge of the meeting. You would be amazed, could you see with the inner sight how much impure substance of your worlds is thus transmuted by that beautiful, ever-present and all-willing violet fire. This impure substance had been lodged into your physical inner bodies. How long should we decree? Saint Germain, in addressing this subject, said, "Remember, the mind or outer consciousness of the average man cannot stay with any one thing even for 5 minutes. Change your activity at least every 15 minutes. As others of the great ones have told you, 15 minutes of good application, when your energy is fresh, your attention is firmly held upon the perfection of what is being said, and your feelings of faith and acceptance charging into that, is worth more than hours of releasing tired, discouraged, or uncertain energy." Let us define the responsibilities of the directors and the remaining members of the group. The energy of the director directs and focuses the energy of the group. His task is to unify the consciousness of the group through the invocations of a sacred fire. Also, he can do that through decreeing, directed visualizations, songs, and other uplifting musical compositions. The ability of the director to obtain and hold the interest of the group, as well as the joyous, willing cooperation of each member, determines the efficacy of the service. Energies that are released through a sense of duty or fear are of little value. Joyous, happy energy is the hope of heaven. Regarding the service of the group leader, Master Kutumi said, "A leader renders a great service to God and to his fellow man, while at the same time working out his individual karma. If the teacher waited until he himself was perfected before sharing this knowledge and enthusiastically sharing his spiritual light with his fellow man, we would have no representatives on earth. Therefore, consider the group leader as a fellow student, bless him, pray for him, and acknowledge his courage in taking on the strengths and weaknesses of other individuals through such service. Do not destroy him by your condemnation, silent or spoken. This is a mortal sin. When an individual dedicates himself to becoming a teacher of the law, if this modus
When When an individual dedicates,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. When an individual dedicates himself to becoming a teacher of the law, if his motive is to spread the light and not to make a living, we immediately enfold such a one in our protective guidance. The director must endeavor to give all members opportunity to serve and to express themselves. Some love to decree, some love to visualize, some participate happily in songs. It is better to have a 15-minute span of a certain activity, such as decreeing, and to keep it alive, than to have a much longer one if such strains the undeveloped bodies of the individual. An ideal class usually runs about 1 hour. During 30 years of holding group meetings, one AMTF group leader followed the following schedule: 20 minutes of instructions and discussing the lesson given by the group leader, 20 minutes of decreeing, 20 minutes of other items, including the acolyte service, songs, contemplation, benediction. Each group member should realize that he or she is a member of a team, and in order to go in a certain direction forward, all must follow. The thoughts and feelings need to be focused in the direction in which the group is going. Daydreaming, soaring off into a daze, form the ingredients for the weak link in a chain. Everyone is important. There is no such thing as a leader and onlookers. Students should not exhibit a behavior like that of a sponge, absorbing the instructions without returning the energies of the ascended host and the group director in some form. This could include financial support to meet current expenses. The Chela who reaches out his hand and accepts the friendship and life of the masters and then uses that energy only in the development of his individual personal world will sooner or later cut himself off from the greater support from above. Such a Chela, upon self-examination, sees where he can presently be of practical value to the development of interest in the will of God. Many good Chelas waste away a lifetime awaiting for a cosmic summons, passing the golden door of opportunity at hand. A master, in order to give permanent assistance to a group or an individual, depends upon a return of energy that is voluntarily and consciously directed towards him. Decreeing and songs incorporating the name of the master are the most effective way a master can use. The energy available to the master is the sum of the energy spent in preparation plus the energy released at the meeting. The masters take this energy and double it. In the case of decreeing, 80% of the power of a decree is in the ability to visualize and to have a clear mental concept of what is being said. Students should understand that they should enter the sanctuary quietly and that they should also leave quietly. This is for the purpose of maintaining the radiation. The group leader, at the end of the benediction, directs in consciousness the gathered energy towards the force field above the sanctuary. The group director may say, "In deep reverence, we hereby direct the fully gathered momentum of this class to the force field above the sanctuary for use of the ascended host. Visualize this happening. If a class reaches a certain size, it should not be split up. Generally speaking, a larger group carries more momentum than several small groups. The group leader should not be concerned if only a few students attend. Numbers are of secondary importance. Motive, attitude, and commitment to the cause are all important. Any group having these attributes, guarding itself in all activities against negative influences, will prosper. The Brotherhood is eternally grateful for the efforts of each member of the group, and every participant will, by leaps and bounds, make progress towards the goal of all life, the ascension. Close in a high note. Let the people take the light home. At the end of the meeting, the group director sends the energy gathered during the class in consciousness to the force field above. This concludes Lesson 15, Part 3. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we will meet soon again for Part 4 of the lesson.